Good morning, Raja parents and guardians. This is Mr. Lawson on Saturday morning, May 15th, with a preview of our upcoming week.
There is one principal in California that is moving to the head of the class, and he's in a class of his own.
I'm thrilled to announce that the 2021 Advocacy Champion of the Year is Principal Derrick Lawson of Indio High School in Indio, California.
Welcome and congratulations, Principal Lawson.
Thank you very, very much. I appreciate that.
Well, I know that you don't want to toot your own horn, but I hope you will, and I hope you'll tell us why you were given this honor.
Well, the award itself is to recognize annually an individual that's made significant contributions to advancing policy agendas for the National Principals Association and all administrators to advocate on behalf of our students and to advocate for school leaders to help make sure we see success for all of our students. And I really push hard for equity issues, for like broadband access for kids and the meals program and things that will help students to be successful. And so my work with reaching out to our legislators and my work across the state to encourage and pull other principals in to join me in those advocacy efforts is why the NASSP presented that award.
Well, you noticed that there was something happening in your particular school district that you needed to address. The attendance rate was down. What did you do?
Well, at the beginning of the year, during this pandemic, we noticed that the number of our kids that were not connecting and were not showing up online had dropped dramatically, and we were very concerned with that. And so our team got together and we began doing home visits. My assistant principal began to do home visits for the most chronic lack of attendance kids, and then I was visiting some of those that were special needs that are on the caseload that I oversee. And as we began to connect, we found a lot of these kids, they were trying. The problem is we had MiFi devices that we'd send out from our school district, but they didn't have good connection. The access was spotty, or because there's more than one child in the family, they'd have to take turns being on. And we began to see those kinds of issues for our kids. And especially those living on the outskirts or on the very edges of our school district boundaries, their access points were not working for them very well. So there's an equity issue for them.
You know, you're a homegrown principal, and you are certainly in it for the right reasons. I mean, you were born in Indio, you grew up in Indio, you went to school, came back, and now you're a teacher and then a principal. This, I'm sure, the past year and a half has been extraordinary. What have you learned during this time that you want to pass on to others?
What I want to encourage people is to give one another the gift of grace. We live in a society right now where there's so much change happening in such short amounts of time. And I just want to remind people that, we're dealing with circumstances that we really have never dealt with in this magnitude. And it's important, rather than playing a blame game or casting stones, we need to give one another grace and help everyone to figure our ways out through this. And I also want to share with people, when we talk about, my child has lost so much learning, they've lost a year. I want to say, no, they haven't lost anything. It's just delayed.
You said when you accepted this honor that you thought that the voices of diversity, with much of that, can be accomplished. What did you mean?
Well, when I visited Washington and I got to see the Capitol, the very first thing in the film when you go to visit the rotunda says "E pluribus unum." And that struck me because in the Capitol, they talk about out of many, we are one nation. But I thought of it instead of, we have a diversity of voices. We have people in different viewpoints, whether it's political persuasion, religious persuasion, conservative, liberal, whether we're urban, suburban, or rural. No matter where we are across the state and across the country, no matter what our voices are, no matter what our viewpoints and our positions are, it all boils down to one voice. And that voice is, we want the best for our kids. Every single parent. I can speak for every parent in the nation. And I can say it in one area that I can do that. And that is this. Every mom and dad, every guardian wants one thing for their child. And that is, I want you to have a better opportunity or more than I had in life. No matter how wonderful my life is, I still want my own children to have more opportunities. And I can guarantee every parent feels that way. We just want our child to have more opportunity.
Well, we are lucky to have you not only in Indio, but in the Coachella Valley and also in California. And the teaching profession is lucky to have you. Congratulations again.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your time and your kind words today.